If you are expecting the New York Knicks to make some loud franchise-altering trade at the deadline, you might be thinking about this season the wrong way, because despite the recent loss to San Antonio, despite the defensive lapses, and despite fans already circling names on Twitter, everything about how the Knicks are thinking right now screams patience. And the biggest reason why is Tyler Kolek, not a star, not a headline, but quietly one of the most important developments of the season. Today we're going to break down how the Knicks are actually approaching the trade deadline, what positions matter, what positions do not anymore, and why this front office is very unlikely to panic even with defensive issues showing up on tape. Let's start here. The Knicks are one of the best teams in the NBA right now, sitting near the top of the Eastern Conference. They've already proven they can win different styles of games, they can close, and they can belong in the contender tier. So when a team is winning at this level, the trade deadline is no longer about fixing holes, but it's about not creating new ones. And that's exactly why the internal thinking matters more than the fan reaction. According to Knicks insider Chris Persianen, one thing is now very clear. The Knicks do not feel the same sense of urgency to acquire a backup point guard. And that is a massive shift from where things stood even a month ago. Tyler Kolek has been excellent, not flashy, but functional. He gives you a true release valve when Brunson gets blitzed, comfort running the pick and roll, poise under pressure, and quietly a positive impact on the team's defensive rating when he's on the floor. That matters because when Brunson sits, the Knicks do not look panicked anymore. They don't look rushed, they don't look disorganized. Kolek allows the offense to breathe, and once that happens, the entire trade board shifts. Now let's be honest about the roster. When fully healthy, the Knicks already have Deuce McBride, Landry Shamet, Jordan Clarkson, and now Tyler Kolek to rely on. So even if a defensive guard sounds good in theory, the question becomes, where are the minutes? And more importantly, who are you taking off the floor in meaningful games? That's why names like Keon Ellis, while intriguing, do not really line up with how the Knicks operate. Especially when you consider these three things. Number one, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent this summer. And then number two, you risk losing him for nothing. And number three, you're already rotation heavy at guard. This front office values flexibility too much to burn assets on redundancy. Now this is where things get interesting. If the Knicks do make a move, the most logical piece is the front court. Not because Mitch is bad, not because Karl Anthony Towns is struggling, but because Mitch is being load managed, big men absorb wear faster than any position, and postseason matchups demand options. And Chris Persianen even mentioned Clint Capella specifically as a type of name to keep an eye on, not a prediction but a profile. A physical rebounder, rim protection, and insurance. This would not be about changing the team's identity, it would be about protecting it. Now here's why a bold move is unlikely. Here's the most important thing to understand. The Knicks are not desperate, they're not chasing validation, and they're not trying to win the deadline. They are already winning games, building chemistry, and establishing a clear identity, on the offensive end of the court at least. Making a massive in-season move right now risks disrupting the roles, trust, and rhythm. And historically, elite teams do not blow things up midstream. They sharpen, they reinforce, and then they wait. So yes, the defense has been inconsistent. Yes, they're not giving 48 minutes of effort every night. Mike Brown said it himself, but that's not something that a trade magically fixes. That is dependent on communication, effort, rotational discipline, and trust building. Then that's where the coaching staff comes in, especially with young players getting real opportunity. So the Knicks are operating from a position of strength. Tyler Kolek gave them flexibility, their record gave them patience, and their depth gave them options. So as the deadline approaches, do not expect much noise. Instead, expect some discipline, because the smartest move for a contending team is often knowing when not to move at all. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and sub to the channel for more Knicks news and updates you will not want to miss. It's been KNYT here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.